Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 4. We are going to be doing the Capstone Dungeon. It is our next major point of progression. That's going to allow us to move up to World Tier 3 and start, finding sacred items and unique items and better things like that. We'll have a look at our season journey. We need to be doing stuff in the Helltide. We need to be doing Nightmare Sigils. These are all worthwhile things to do once we are in the next world tier. Unlock 15 Paragon nodes. We're actually not that far away from that. We've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points in. And once we do make it up to the world tier 3, we'll be able to check, see if we can cash any of these bonus Paragon points in and start working on those little bits of renown. So there's a lot of things that can happen very quickly. Let's drink the strong Iron Barb Elixir. That's going to give us 300 armor, significant damage reduction, and we'll go in and have a go at this dungeon. Now, once we do make it onto Tier 3, as well as the renown stuff, mostly doing Grim Favors, I think, is going to be our best way of getting sigils and items. I've actually got a specific build now. I've taken the time to have a look at the available aspects. Some we've got, some we don't have, and work out what I want us to be moving towards. Including the brutal and malignant hearts that we're going to find. Ow. Yeah, let's just knock him down for the moment. Okay. Ooh, he swings into quite a broad swing. So in terms of our final build, there is only one unique item that we really want, and that is the Harlequin's Crest, which is a helmet. I don't know if it's restricted to dropping at certain world tiers, like world tier 4 rather than 3, but I know it's not going to drop at world tier 2. So if we're ever going to have a hope of finding it, then we need to move up. The rest of the things, they're all pretty much things that we've already seen or already got. Some of them you have to find, so it's going to be a lot of grinding for items.
And out of mana.
In order to really maximise the potential of that build. But that in itself is fine. A lot of the future fun is going to come from that level of optimization that goes on. Let's get a lot of backing off like that is not good for us. So that's the Animal Zone. That's where we need to drop things. There's nothing further down that way. Yeah, I think we're just grinding for these guys. Now we are going to be getting experience from doing this, but at this world tier, it's not going to feel like much. So I don't think we're likely to get another Paragon point anytime soon.
Out of mana.
Another Animus Carrier down. I like how their smite is really inaccurate. Like, you would expect the skills to be as potentially useless as they are for players. And some of the old Paladin skills, they were hit and miss. Some were great, but that worked really well. I think the optimal point is starting to burn a good second before the Inferno finishes. Nah, you did not have a chance, my friend. You did not even have a chance. Such a long range on that. Right, Knight Penitent gone. I'm still in two minds as to whether to go two-handed or one-handed at the end. I think I'll probably keep one-handed. It will mean reducing our damage output, but it means we could do more mana cost reduction and increase maximum mana, and I think that's going to make us a lot more consistent as we progress in. It's always going to feel like a balancing act, so I might actually aim to get two possibilities set up.
I'm out of mana.
And then work with whichever one feels right at the time. It's always going to be a bit touchy-feely to see what works for us. One of the reasons why I liked our werebear is our generation and consumption cycle felt really well balanced. Like, we would generate really, really quickly, so we were able to put out the ground slams. And with this, actually, it's a very good point to look at our skill tree, just as a reminder. Our generator up here, Firebolt. When I say generator, it's not really a generator, but it could be a generator. And because we know it's piercing, it could very quickly bring our mana back. But then it would be encouraging us not to use it that much because we only need to use it a tiny bit, which means we're not doing as much burning damage out. It's always going to be a balancing act for what feels good. Let's get this guy burned down quickly. I wasn't planning on doing this way just yet. I'm going to keep with our wall hug. And also, killing all the mobs inside isn't really helpful other than the extra XP and potential loot. And the completionist aspect is nice, but it is not essential. We are just after those Animus holders. Now, funnily enough, the Malignant Heart that we've got at the moment that's generating a barrier for us isn't the one that we're going to be going for in the end. We're going to be using a little bit of our defensive skills, tiny bit of our defensive skills, in order to lean into more offense. There are going to be some that we get that will help out, like you're not able to lose more than 20% of your life in one hit without going immune. That Malignant Heart looks like it's going to fit very nicely in with our plan. You know, I'd like the supporting mobs to die.
I need time to prepare that.
They're annoying me as much as this guy is. Okay, he's gone. That is all the animus we needed. And the choice between two-handed and one-handed isn't just restricted to the damage output, but also the modifier that we put on our items. So at the moment, this is increased by 50% because it's an amulet. If it was on a two-handed weapon, it would be increased by another 50%. So rather than 20 to 40, it could be 40 to 80%. 80% increased burning damage is really significant. So there's there's definitely things for us to weigh up. I'm not going to do full delving into the full delving into the maths to see what will absolutely produce the best amount. It loses some of the charm, I think, once you dig into that level of simulation. But they are things that I'm going to be considering and probably experimenting with. Like, if putting out that amount of extra damage works on a two-handed weapon, are we burning through our mana too quickly so we're not able to channel and incinerate? It's like that kind of balancing act.
Out of mana once again.
And that kind of balancing act is part of what I find really interesting about the Diablo genre of games. It's not just the loot grind. The loot grind is great. Improving your equipment, being able to push a bit further, that's nice, and the challenge can be exciting. But conceiving of a build idea and seeing if it works and trying to head the challenges off, it's an engineering problem in a way. Resource management. And inevitably there will be a solution, but that solution may be down to what feels best. Okay, where is the High Council Court? Is it down this? There's someone down this way.
I'm low on precious mana.
Big risky guy gone. Looking round another corner. Also, at the end of the last episode, I thought we were lagging. I was rather unprepared for the servers. We didn't actually have enough Grim Favours to hand in. We only had 5, so either I miscounted or I didn't realise that. Well, it must have been a miscount. I don't think the dungeon expired before we had a chance to claim it. Burn, burn, burn.
Out of mana.
Oh, I thought we were going to get far enough away from that. Right, one gone. I would like the Sacred Physician to go next, but I will take any of them really. There we go. managed to kill them all relatively close to each other, which is really important for making sure they don't start summoning and resurrecting and being all super annoying. Okay, all enemies have to die in here, so we'll start with the skeletons. Doesn't feel quite enough mobs to justify the giant inferno, but we will get through them. Also, so the other thing that I've done while looking at the build is I've looked at our different skills and mobs that might affect them. Like, do we try and use our defensive skills more offensively? Is this actual build that we've got the one that we want, or is it going to be like a slight variant on it? And there are some really interesting affixes out there and aspects that will significantly modify things. Like, we could turn our fire shield into something that immobilizes people as we run through them. So you end up activating fire shield and then running through mobs to immobilize them, and then they end up taking more damage. And that seems very interesting, but it also seems like super niche. It feels like it would overcomplicate the build more than helping us out with it. That being said, it is still interesting that there's options to it. Like with the Necromancer Blood Mist skill, some of the stuff that we've been finding for the Necromancer makes Blood Mist definitely an offensive skill, which I think is really, really cool. And they lean into working together on it, rather than, like, you don't just take one of the mods for it, you take a couple of them and then you get big benefits. A lot of synergy, I think that's what I'm trying to say. Synergy itself is interesting, especially when it spans like a couple of different directions that you could go. Definitely not something that's going to be easy to balance, though. That guy would never die. Admittedly, we were using a very basic attack on him, but you know, the point is there. You've been fighting for a while. Normally, I would do a left wall hug around an area like this. I thought we had a little side room, but it's actually extended a lot further in than I thought it would. So that is on me. I think we're ending up going around this place backwards. Now, with these mobs, we're not really massively in any dangers, so I'm not too worried about fighting. I mistimed that. I mistimed it massively. Let's have a look. Does this look like it? It looks like it might link up over this side, so we'll actually go left first. No thank you, don't want to be caught by that. now he's gone, we can focus on this guy. And we will touch that heart. Now he's left the area, but not fast enough. He already had so much fire damage on him. Okay, let's carry on clearing this area out. I will check out the hearts and things, but only once we're full, because it will take time to have a look at what we've got dropped in. We're not interested in putting anything in our current equipment. You... Very rude, stunning me like that. Yeah, this is what I was hoping for. This area does sort of loop round by the looks of it. So it's probably going to connect up with where we were, and then we'll be able to move north.
I lack the needed mana.
That's alright. We've got time. We can use Firebolt for a moment. There's an aspect we're not going for which allows you to have more than one Hydra out. And I was very tempted to try and work that into the build. Let's back up quite a bit actually. Fighting that many things at the same time is got the potential to get us in trouble. If we did that, I'd probably want to switch around our skills so we've got a lot more in Hydra. But the idea of making Hydra like a super targeted thing, especially because with the enchantments. After spending 200 mana, a 5-headed Hydra spawns for 5 seconds. I think that could be in addition to what the Hydra's already doing. So I think it could have a lot of potential for like damage output, especially automated damage output. Do not like the ballistas. Never have.
I'm out of mana. I'm not
Let's
ready
go
yet.
Get that potion back. Oh, I dodged into that one. Very painful. Still, he's half dead. I don't think we're going to struggle to defeat him, but we don't want to be reckless for reckless's sake. hit by one of them, but it wasn't too painful. I think I got hit by all of them there. Oh, very painful.
I need time to prepare.
Right, he's almost gone. There we go. We just need to make the area safe, and we can move up.
My bags are full.
Well, to be honest, I don't care about those last couple of items. All right, let's leave the dungeon. We'll see what we've got. Ball lightning, don't care about that. And charged bolts, don't care about that. So we're going to salvage those up, but we're going to do that on the next world tier. Capstone dungeon went pretty well. Almost gave us half a level. Quest complete. World tier unlocked. It's frustrating you have to click on it and then click off it and then click on it again. We will switch across. And this is starting to look nasty. Right, let's salvage everything up. And now's a good point actually for us to do some gambling as well. So we'll start off by clearing out.
What will it be?
This can go. This can go. Like I could look and see how they compare to our current items because we might want to replace them, but at this point I don't think it's really worthwhile. So, what is our first thing to have a look at? Okay, at the moment, gloves. Our gloves are imprinted. With the aspect of control, we're going to imprint whatever it is we get for gloves. So getting good gloves is probably going to be a really vital thing. Getting a good offhand, getting a good main hand, likewise. So maybe weapons actually would be the best place to start. Before we do that though, ooh, we only need one side quest here, and we can get 4 Paragon points. We've got loads to do in the Dry Steppes, loads to do in Harazar, less to do in Kyrgyzstan, even less to do in Skoslen. But Fractured Peaks, if we do just one little thing here, so we could potentially do a dungeon, or we could wander around it. We could find Rosa and deliver the bloody note. Let's go to Menestad. Because just getting 4 Paragon points for something that we've already effectively finished. That would make me very happy. Right, where is Rosa? Maybe inside one of the buildings. And actually, yeah, handing in all those world tier sections that we've done has given us enough XP to get a Paragon point anyway, so...
You there?
Hello.
Please.
Right, I found this note.
What? I must go.
I will not.
There we go. 4 more Paragon points. So that is 5 Paragon points right there. Let's go maximum life, non-physical damage, intelligence, willpower, dexterity, strength. So strength increases armor, dexterity increases critical strike chance and dodge chance. I think dexterity, actually. We want to move up to here. So I think that will be fine enough. Okay. Back to Kurashad. We can do some gambling, and then we can go and start doing some grim favors. Maybe doing side quests in Scott's Glen at the same time if they look like they're going to work out.
Father bring you luck?
Alright, so... Probably a weapon first, I think. Let's go for one. Well, actually, I could do rings because our rings are pretty low level. I could also do boots. So boots, we're going to want the aspect of singe extremities on. But we don't really care about what we've got on our boots right now. Just that they're required level 40. So what is our lowest level? One of our rings is going to be the best. Okay. Rings it is. Rings are expensive. Let's not do rings. Fine, we'll do ones. Okay, we got absolutely nothing worthwhile. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. Everything here can get salvaged up. Drink the curative elixir. That'll do for getting us a bit of extra XP. Right, salvage these. And drop these off. So what I'm thinking is this Caged Heart of Revenge, that looks very, very cool. 20% of damage being suppressed and then explodes when we use Flame Shield. The Prudent Heart, that's becoming immune for 4 seconds. Can't occur more than once every 100 seconds, but that's still very, very good for survivability on a hardcore character. And then Varshan's Heart, this isn't the one that we want. We want the one that increases our damage over time effects. But I'm sure we will find that at some point. So, Grim Favors up here. What are we going to do? I think the Stockades is a reasonable dungeon to go for. So let's teleport to Serigal and head on in. He'll get us a little bit of Skosglen renown and hopefully some cool items while we're in there. We need another 260 renown here for the extra Paragon points.
I cannot do that here.
So it'll take a bit of time, but it's something to work towards. Now, the mobs are likely to be harder, but we're going to get more XP for it. Slay the Scorched Warden. Well, we're going to double scorch him, aren't we? Not so bad so far. Interesting. Yeah, so this area is level 53 plus because being on the higher difficulty, it scales them up more. So this is where our paragon plots are really going to try and make the balance between it. It is good that we can see the relative level and be able to plan it because of that. Get a little bit immune for a second. Having to watch the ground just a tiny bit for where he is causing those explosions. Oh, also there's a damage resistance one. I forgot about these guys. He has to go. Okay, that's going to make things a bit easier. Oh, and we get proper rubies now as well. Right, there is the rusty metal key. You can use that to progress. Yeah, so periodically you'll find mobs that have a damage resistance aura, and they're not that strong in themselves, but they apply it to everyone nearby. So if you don't focus them down, you're going to struggle to kill other things. Just look how much faster these mobs are going down. It looks like there's another damage resistance aura somewhere in here. I think it's somewhere over the back. Kill that guy away from the resistance. We might have actually been able to yeah, it looks like we killed it by sticking a firewall down in the distance and our Hydra. Ooh. No thank you, that felt a bit cheeky. Really interesting having a burning dead cold enchanted, because he's clearly doing his burning dead stuff, and then he's got the cold enchanted effects on top of it. I do like the feel of that. Okay. Let's push on. We don't need to kill every mob here. It's going to be better for us to just push through the dungeon in terms of progress. So we're looking for the upper ward. I guess going upstairs? Yeah. Look at that. Animus from Animus Carriers. Nice and safe through the wall. Don't get exploded, that's my goal. We're definitely feeling the hits more. As we get better equipment, though, our stats are going to get better, and that difference should go down. There's one of the damage-resistant guys. He's gone. And everyone else's resistance just melts away. Now, one thing I will say, now that we're level 50, there's easy ways to farm items. I say easy ways. There's cheesy ways to farm items, such as just riding around the plains of hate, opening chests. We're not going to look into doing that. We might go to the Helltide. And spend some time doing that, but we're not going to just exploit the chests in the PvP area. For the sake of getting better items. I don't think that's a particularly fun way to play the game. And also there's the slight risk that we'll run into someone who's specifically geared for PvP who wants to kill us. Which wouldn't be good. Definitely wouldn't be good for us. A sacred folio. Oh, we're actually getting some... Wow, look at the damage increase. Oh my god, that's amazing. I'd be tempted to switch over to this just because of that flat damage increase at this point. Let's try it out, see how it feels. Oh my god, that is sickening. So, what does Incinerate go up to? 3,000! Clearly we burn through our mana a lot faster. But in terms of like just the raw damage that you get from that.
I came here to purge this evil. But now...
Hello, I wasn't expecting to find you.
I can't leave my friends here. Not like this. We can't do it alone.
Wait, they're in here. Oh dear. So the downside of switching over weapon is now everything is going to be judged against this sacred weapon, which doesn't have any specific mods on it. We could imprint it. We could imprint it and get a benefit on it like that. But... Ow. That is getting painful. Woo. I feel like we're getting stuck on things. Hey, there's another sacred staff. So we didn't, air quotes, succeed, but we definitely didn't die and fail. So this has got better ultimate skill damage, better overpower damage, better basic skill damage. Basic skill damage, don't care that much about. The overpower damage would be interesting if we could guarantee overpowers, but we can't. So I think it's, yeah, our current one is actually a pretty good roll. Look at that damage! Oh my word. That is sickeningly lots. Retrine will make us rich at this level. Yeah, let's connect up the sections. And then carry on exploring. They are putting out a lot of damage. So I would very much like to get sacred armor and stuff. Improve our survivability. The range supporting mobs, they're the frustrating ones, really. Because the others we can kind of play keep away with. Okay, we're halfway through this Animus gathering. I do feel like we run out of mana a lot faster, but we're killing things so much faster, it is a worthwhile trade-off at this point. There goes the damage resistance. Grab all of those bits from in here. I think the difference between the firewall enchantment effect and the Hydra one is the consistency. Like you have to gear for the lucky hit chance for the firewall one to really work, which is fine. That's exactly what we've done. But with the Hydra one, it's just after spending a certain amount of mana. Let's get some protection down from all that ranged attacks that's coming in. You need extra forms of burning damage on you. There we go. There's another Animus carrier just here, so we'll stick our head in. burny goodness. Look at how quickly that went down, and we got a legendary out of it. What was it? Ooh. A legendary wand. Oh, one additional Hydra. What was I saying? I was saying exactly this. Okay. So we're going to lose some damage for this. But we effectively get 2 Hydras and they're stronger. I think we'll keep the two-handed staff. I think keeping the two-handed staff makes a lot of sense. In fact, we'll improve our damage over time just with what we've got in our inventory. But we could imprint the Hydra onto it. As a temporary thing, we could be like, you know, let's make this a Hydra thing. I am aware that this is taking a while for a dungeon, so we'll try and keep making good progress through. Gotta find this last. That's just going to connect back up with the lower ward. So there he is, up there. We want to get this dungeon finished, ideally in the next 8 minutes. Not going to just leave the guys on the side though. That'd be rude, killing all of their friends and not touching them. Way to make someone feel excluded. Okay, there is something with damage resistance up here. You. Okay. Definitely wanted to get him gone before fighting the Animus Carrier. Step away just a little bit. Let him do his poison explosion. Have we explored this area fully? Maybe there's one more just over here. No, we must have missed one. No worries, we'll find it. Just going to be a case of digging through the map to see where it might be. In that bit down there, right in the middle. Okay. We're pretty full on stuff. They've probably got the drop rate timed so that you get a full inventory worth of items. Okay. Almost gone. Just grab the gold so it doesn't go to waste. And head back over to the door. Down for the big fight. Resurrected Malice. This is one where I feel we're going to have an advantage because of our firewalls blocking so many of the... Look at its health already. Yeah, our firewall's blocking so much of that damage. We got some legendary pants. And we got the Grim Favor and the Crash Stone aspect. Right, let's head back to town. Because we have just a couple of minutes before we need to finish up. So the Viz Mastery Key passive also grants damage reduction for each close enemy. That's interesting. So what is Veer's Mastery in terms of key passives? Close enemies take increased damage. Okay, it really does lean into that, so that's nice if you like that kind of thing. We might as well extract the Hydra. We can't put it on this because this is sacred. You can only put sacred ones on sacred, so that's not going to work. Alright, well, we're going to have to salvage up. We are really close to gaining Paragon level, but I'm not going to push for it specifically. Instead, next time we'll look at what we can do for the remaining 220 that we need for this region and start pushing towards that. Hopefully leaning into the Grim Favors at the same time. But that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Diablo 4. See you soon.